The weather's finally nice enough to ride outside, and you're coming with me. And today, we're talking about nutrition, kind of. I'm JP, the stable cyclist, and although a lot of what we do on this channel has to do with bikes, everything is looked at through the lens of mental health. If you follow me on social media, you may have noticed a few weeks ago that I'm partnering this year with Flow Formulas for my on-the-bike nutrition.
Oh, are you serious, dude? It's been 3 videos and you sold out already. Come on!
This isn't a paid ad, and this video is not some part of contractual obligation on my part. But I'm talking about Flow Formulas today because it opens the door to talk about something else. And that is what happens when we neglect our mental health and the side effects that can come with it. For those of you new to this channel, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder in 2020, but I showed signs that I had bipolar for over 10 years before I was ever diagnosed. During those 10 years, I ended up in the emergency room on 5 separate occasions with hives and anaphylactic reactions. My body would swell up and turn red and be itchy everywhere, and slowly I would be suffocating myself until I got help in the ER. I developed allergies to bees and strawberries. A couple of times we had no idea what was going on. And the last time, I developed an allergy to corn. Now, being allergic to bees or strawberries, not a huge deal. For the most part, you can avoid those. But living in America and being allergic to corn, which is in literally everything, presented a huge problem. And people will ask me, what do I eat? And I basically tell them, if you walk around the outside row of the grocery store, that's what I eat. Which, when you think of it, that's where all the real food is. Woo, baby! Now this got especially tricky on the bike, where almost all nutritional products in the bike world have maltodextrin in them, which is a corn product. As I got strong enough last year to start racing longer races again, I started to make my own mix out of glucose and fructose. Good God, this road is bumpy. But on all the podcasts I was listening to, I would hear them talk about Flow Formulas. And the first thing it says on the bag of Flow Formulas is corn-free. And whenever I heard Flow Formula athletes in situations where mental health came up, they were always willing to talk about it. As I started to work on this new project, and with the Matahe 100 on tap for this year, I reached out to Flow Formulas for support, and they said yes. I'm thrilled to be using their products, and I'm more thrilled to be working with a company that values open discussions about mental health.
Now, this is my reminder that I'm not a doctor. And these stories are just anecdotal and shouldn't be used to diagnose yourself or your friends or your family. Now, so far, why am I telling you this story? Because honestly, it might feel a little bit like an advertisement for Flow Formulas.
Yeah, it does. I can't believe I'm still watching.
Earlier I had mentioned that a couple times we didn't understand why I had gotten hives or anaphylaxis. And it turns out it might not have been food. The effects of depression are really harsh, beyond just feeling sad or down. In my episode about bipolar disorder, I flashed this graphic showing signs of depression. And on that graphic it said one of the symptoms was chronic pain or other physical problems that don't respond to treatment. There are studies coming out of the Mayo Clinic that suggest that hives and anaphylaxis can be caused by stress and fatigue, and that hives and allergic reactions can also be caused by internal factors like depression and anxiety. Hives can be caused by psychological unease, just like many other physical symptoms. I can't tell you definitively that my anaphylaxis episodes were tied to my mental health, but I do know this. all the problems and chronic pain and physical symptoms that went on for nearly 10 years have gone away since I started treatment for bipolar disorder. And so I want to encourage you to reach out and get help if you need it. For 3 years prior to my diagnosis with bipolar disorder, my doctor had actually tried to start conversations with me about depression. And I brushed her back because I thought depression just meant feeling sad or suicidal. And I wasn't dealing with that, or at least I thought I wasn't. But it all just piled up, and eventually in September of 2020, I tapped out completely. I don't want you to get to that point where you feel like you have to tap out. We all know when we don't feel like ourselves, and we all know when there's something wrong. The problem is sometimes we don't have the courage to ask for help. But you can do it. I know you can. And here's the best part. You don't have to be able to explain what's wrong in order to ask for help. Just reach out to a family member or friend and tell them what's happening and ask for help. Or make an appointment with your doctor. I know that for some, having access to a doctor or even a single person to talk to about this may be a limiting factor. And that's okay. And if that's the case, I would encourage you to call 988, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. Even if you're not feeling suicidal, they'll be able to help you and start a conversation with you to assist you in getting help. I know taking that first step can be scary. I've lived it. But I can tell you from experience, it's worth it. You are worth taking that first step into the unknown to go and get help. Thanks for hanging out today. If you don't want to miss the next ride, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you enjoyed the content today, do me a favor and hit the like. Finally, remember to remind those around you that they are loved, because they are. I'm JP, the Stable Cyclist. We'll see you next time.